moments in the history of humanity and the church where the adversary is throwing everything he has against the church and against humanity. If you watch the news, you look at the unrest all across the nations of the world, not just in Israel and in Gaza or in Palestine, but all across the nations of the world, Ukraine and so many other nations of the world, the sufferings of humanity, the pain, the restlessness, the fears, the threatenings, the dangers, all across the nations of the world. Someone asked me the other day and said, Papa, what is your greatest desire? What do you wish to be and to do the most? And I said, my greatest desire and passion is to be an intercessor. An intercessor for my nation, an intercessor for the nations, an intercessor for humanity. Because when I look at the sufferings of humanity, the pain, the emotional and the mental torture, the unrest, the dangers we see all across the nations, I believe as never before, we as believers have a responsibility, not just towards God, but to country and to humanity, to intercede for the sufferings and the pain of humanity. Unbearable pain and sufferings and affliction that one can't make sense of, and it's ongoing. It doesn't look like it will ever come to an end. And unless we rise up as believers with an understanding and clarity of what our role and our assignment and mandate and reason for being is, the world all around us, brethren, ladies and gentlemen, people of God's kingdom, countrymen and women, we are in trouble. There is no hope for tomorrow. And I weep for our children and our grandchildren. What shall become of them in their generation if we don't rise up as fathers and mothers, grandfathers and mothers, and as parents to do something today? There is no hope for the future, because it's never going to get any better out there. Please don't be fooled. The United Nations and the nations of our world has no answer and solution to the sufferings of humanity. The United Nations have been in existence for decades and have not been able to resolve and solve the problem and the pain of any country all across the nations of the world. Leaders don't know what to do. They are literally demobilized, paralyzed, incapacitated, and don't have answers to the sufferings of humanity. All they do is to talk.